So welcome, beloved hearts. This is Anrita Melchizedek, and I'd like to welcome you to this lovely activation that we're going to be doing today. And this is called the Divine Mother Healing Activation. So the Divine Mother energy is essentially love. And that's what we are within. We're within this field of love, this field of radiating love. And every single one of us are these portals and stargates of divine love. And what is happening as we deepen into the New Earth templates, as we come together through our own vibrating field of divine love, is that that field of light actually starts to create deepening connections to all sorts of bands, widths of consciousness. And that allows us then to experience greater levels of communication and expression with different bands of consciousness. So when we talk about the Divine Mother Healing Activations, essentially what we're talking about here is that we're talking about utilizing the energy of the universe in whatever way that is for us. And we do that by simply centering through the breath into that unity consciousness field of light, moving through all these bandwidths of consciousness and light. And that's what I want to start with today. And then we utilize that energy once we're tuned to the energy of the Divine Mother. We can utilize that energy for our healing and for the healing of others. And we do it on so many different levels. So it takes us deeper into the experience of what we're working with energetically, what we're still clearing, what we're still releasing. And in my own experience, what I've seen is that as we deepen into soul embodiment and the lower timelines dissolve, because we're no longer holding that attachment to particular people or places, what remains at a cellular level is a lot of the false beliefs and judgments and old programmings that are just being released. And we bring our consciousness to it through the patterns of perfection, but also in the knowing that we can heal ourselves. And that's a choice that we need to make too, that we have to believe that there is a divine plan and that we're part of this divine plan, that every single one of us has a purpose. Every single one of us is here for a reason. And what is happening now is that as we're tuning in collectively and experiencing deeper levels of communication with one another through the I Am Avatar consciousness of light and through the unity grid, we're experiencing deeper levels of communication too with the plants, the animals, the crystals, with nature intelligence, with the diagrams, and of course also with Mother Earth herself, with the diamonds, the crystals, the flowers, the plants. And each of these energies are available for us to utilize because everything is energy. I know many years ago when I was starting out, it was just really my gifts of healing that activated first. What I would take is just images and pictures, whether it was of flowers, and I would energetically transmute that, working with the energy of Pan, to another person that needed it at that time. So this is one of the things that we're going to be doing too. We're going to be working energetically as I take us into that deepening experience of feeling and this Divine Mother healing energy within us and transmitting it to. We can utilize this also within ourselves to experience that bandwidth consciousness, to draw from the energy of the crystals, to draw from the energy of the plants energetically, and that energetic weaving then moves right into the physical body where we can experience physical healing through the energy work that we do. Not only, of course, in clearing the blockages, false beliefs, and old programmings, but also in the experience of actually talking to the body on a much deeper level. Because that's a part of where we are now in this ascension process, is that it's all about body consciousness. We've taken ourselves through every field of light into the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God, and into that connection that we have with our higher selves and beloved I Am presence, and experience so many different timelines. And as all of that is merging and converging into unity consciousness within the body, through the timelines that we've all experienced, the karmic timelines, and what we put through to clear and what we've been clearing on behalf of humanity, through some of those very deep challenges, trauma still remains. And that is really then saying, I choose to work with this. I choose to release this. I know that I am here truly as this beacon of light, as this flame of divinity. every single experience I have teaches me something and is a blessing. And the extension of that is that everything is here to heal us. Everything is here to help us. And it's just allowing ourselves to deepen into that. And in my own story too, like so many of you, I've experienced my own challenges. I had my children abducted by my ex-husband, and they were 3 and 5 at the time. And I was separated from them for 3 years. So it was the most incredibly heartbreaking experience that I went through. And by the grace of God, I was awarded them, so to speak, in June of 2015. So that's almost 4 years ago that I've had the children back. And we never heard from my ex-husband again. So it would have been nice on some level if he had chosen to be part of their lives, but I know the highest outcome prevailed. And it's such a blessing to be a mother. But what I experienced from that, initially going through that process of separation from the children and having to go through the legal systems and the courts and flying a lot to Portugal and back to South Africa, was the trauma of that event that created levels of addiction, created levels of needing to zone out at times, not really, wanting to be here, not really wanting to be completely present, really sort of dips in my own energy. And this is what happens when we experience trauma, when it's held within the body, when we experience trauma, when we experience loss. And of course, the other two big ones there, it's worthlessness and also victim consciousness. So those are really the 4 aspects of ourselves that we're going to be working on today. And then we're going to move it right into some of the things that still come up with us and what I experienced too from this journey. Then in my addiction, it happened to be sugar. So it was picking up a lot of sweet things and eating a lot of sweet things and emotional feeding, and having a very sensitive body. Again, like so many of us, energetically sensitive, not being able to digest life completely in that moment of what was being experienced, created a lot of inflammation. And that's really what our allergies are. It's different levels of inflammation. And so apart from inflammation that we experience, or allergies that we experience with possibly the food or pollen or, chemicals, the very, very big one there too is people. That truly we can be quite allergic to people, that when we're around someone, we're suddenly all inflamed, and the people may be pushing our buttons, but it's also related to what we're still releasing, what that trauma is that's been held in the body. And so there are different ways to work with this, but the easiest and quickest and most effective is to believe that we can heal ourselves and draw upon that energy of the Divine Mother, because the energy of the Divine Mother is simply the energy of love, of which we are. So I'm going to take us into that experience, and let's just see what unfolds. And you may also experience within this some sense. Some of you that may be sensitive to smell may just start to feel and sense the energetic infusions that are going to be also transferred to you energetically. Some of these that we're going to work with are templates, and the templates that we're working with today are related to these 4 primary issues that we're working with. And as we get deeper into it, I'll take you through that too. So I often find I smell flowers, and I smell roses, and I smell jasmine, and just really all these beautiful scents. So let's just move into that experience. And what I find very important to do is to experience a very, very deep breathing, because when we're centering ourselves and coming into our breath, what we need to do actually is go through those layers to come to the core of our beingness. And that's where the breath work takes us into. So for a couple of minutes, I want us just to breathe as I start to take us into the radiating field of the Divine Mother frequency, the love that we're bringing together and holding together as these flames of divinity. And when you are coming deeper into that, what you will feel is experience is just these thoughts or feelings or energies or whatever it is that has just been released. So just observe us as a witness and take yourself deeper, deeper, deeper into the breath. So the breath is then breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose or mouth, whatever's comfortable, but it's a really sort of deep, raw breath initially, I find. And good way to do that too is also very sort of deep sucking and releasing very quickly, like Just find that breath that moves you for a minute as I take us through this attunement to the Divine Mother. And let's just again start by centering ourselves, because it's really just tuning in. That's what we're doing, tuning in and attuning. And we do that simply by stepping into the love of who we are as these flames of divinity and conscious awareness in alignment to the divine, in really recognizing our magnificence and our worthiness, and really truly holding ourselves as these open hearts walking the path of love, walking the path of the robes. And let's just tune in collectively, holding this consciousness of light, togetherness through the beloved higher light energy or beloved I am presence. Breathing deep into the body. As we do this, I'm going to just be silent for a couple of minutes, and I just want you simply to focus on this breath and take yourself as deep as you can into this breath. Just see what your own body wants to do right now. Just see what the breath wants to do, and just allow yourself just to go deeper and deeper and deeper. You're also taking yourself into what we call a theta state of consciousness, alpha, delta, and then into theta state of consciousness, into really just a very deep space within you of holding the love of your beloved I am presence, the light of God, the love of the Divine Mother. Just deepen into the stillness of the loving heart. Just let go of the thoughts vibe, simply observing them. No need to catch them. Just allow yourself to observe, and in that observation, see what's coming through those timelines too. Because those timelines are possibly just releasing. You're seeing if there's still something that's been coming up, if there's been discord, disharmony, who it's been with, what you're still playing out. All of this is just coming through to be released deep and deep and deepen. And if you need to, you breathe in and hold the breath for as long as you can, and then release out. And keep your feet firmly on, because we're tuning in and connecting to the energy of the earth. I tune myself to the energy of the Divine Mother, of the heart of love that is within me and within all beloveds, sons and daughters of Mother, Father, God. As I connect into the group, I am avatar consciousness of light. As I connect into the unity grid and rose grid of divine love, I draw to me the energy of Mother Earth through my feet, through my connection to the earth and to nature, to the crystals, to the stones, now to the diamond clusters, to the sea and water. I feel this energy moving through my feet and through my body as I continue this deep rhythmic breath. Breathing in love, holding my breath, and releasing all that is ready to be released. Moving my body backwards and forwards and from side to side. I connect into the elemental kingdoms. See if this is a bandwidth or range frequency communicating to me through the fairies, elves, the gnomes, goblins, salamanders, brownies. As I continue this deep rhythmic breath. Connect deeper into the crystal and mineral kingdom. So this energy flows within and around me and into the unity grid of divine love. Connect into the plant kingdom. Connect into the crystal, animal kingdom rather. Connect into the energy, David consciousness. to the energy of the animals. Deeper into healing forces of nature, elements. So I start to bring my focus to my body. I sense this heart and thymus activation. I sense these beautiful pockets, spheres, the fields of consciousness of light ignite within each cell. And with this, I connect deeper into my beloved I am presence, to the ascended realms, to my elder brothers and sisters. Deepening still into the breath. Big inhales, large exhales. And into the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God. Into the unified field of love. To the heart of divine love. I am held in this field of love where all is love. Where I can draw upon the newest templates. Where I can experience and love the Divine Mother. The love of my brothers and sisters. The love of creation. From the space and place of love, I request Divine Mother healing activation to release worthlessness. This is a false belief. It was needed for the karmic timeline experience. This is humanity. And all the false beliefs I've played out that says, why did this happen to me? All the false beliefs in which I compare myself to another are being cleared for me now. Just allowing this releasing through the energy and healing of the Divine Mother. Whatever that sense of the field of the Divine Mother of love is for you. I believe I am worthy. I believe I am worthy of love. I believe I am worthy of healing. I believe I can heal myself. To now energetically transfer the template of magnificence and worthiness from the New Earth template and the energetic healing essence through the infusions of benzoin, carrot seed oil, cinnamon leaf oil, rose absolute, geranium rose, and lavender. Opening to receive as we shift into the bands of consciousness holding these beautiful essential oil frequencies and flower essences. Just like a process of radionics. It's a process of energetic transfer. So when we consider ourselves unworthy, find ourselves in situations of victim and persecutor consciousness or lack of. We don't trust in the universe. We don't trust in life. Because the core belief is that we are not deserving. We are not worthy. And as we shift that, we experience greater templatings of abundance and manifestation. And of course, love, magnificence, worthiness, being seen, being heard, being appreciated. So we just open our heart to our magnificent, beautiful selves, immeasurable, incomparable to others. Continuing this deep breath, breathing in love and magnificence and worthiness. Breathing out all that is ready to be released. Now we move into loss, honoring the natural cycles. Birth, rebirth. Everything is in constant motion. However, this loss, sometimes it can be the loss of a relationship, even the loss of very good friends, partners. And while this does not necessarily leave an emotional wound, it does if you moved apart or went in different directions, you perceive that you lost something that you won't get back, that no one will love you, everyone that you care about leaves you, no one will want to be with me ever again. Just have a look at what is being released and cleared for you right now. Perhaps sometimes too in loss we close down. Even the grief can be too much pain. We isolate ourselves, or we feel isolated. We feel alone, lonely. Just embrace, accept, and know everything is here to heal you. Everything is here to help you. Every experience, every moment. No matter how uncomfortable, painful, emotionally upsetting, or traumatic, there's a larger picture which emerges from the heart of love. Choose to remain in the heart of love. Whatever loss I may experience, knowing that there is a divine plan and I am part of it. Every experience I have takes me deep into the heart of love. And I see the blessings, and even in the loss of partnership or death, I know that this is a temporary moment in time. The reunion of hearts occurs, and inner claims, different areas of my life. As something leaves, it opens the doors to golden opportunities and possibilities in you to bring in birth, abundance, love, to fill a void. Breathing in love, breathing out all that is being released. So we work here with the energetic template of love. As we release any trauma about losing love, or blocking potential new relationships, or cutting ourselves off too from self-love through perceived pain and loss. This template of love brings through the energetic infusions of cardamom, frankincense, geranium rose and rose, boho, hajiput. Just open our hearts to receive this blend of essential oils, flowers, energies from nature, nature intelligence, the heart of love, knowing that we are supported every level of our beingness. We can heal ourselves, we can heal one another, we can heal this planet through love. Continuing this deep rhythmic breath, breathing in, breathing out. Hold the breath as long as you can now. Breathe in, hold the breath, and then release. Take a minute to place your hands upon your loving heart as you say to yourself, I love you. Giving your full name now. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is impacting the heart, and you may be experiencing now a lot of heart palpitations or heart activations. Just releasing this trauma, this loss, this lack of. As we move into powerlessness now, feeling powerless, feeling we didn't have a choice. Often experienced through abuse and misuse of power, abuse on different levels. Again, victim, persecutor consciousness, all that was necessary to experience a full range of the human emotions, and all that was necessary to assist in the clearing of the karmic timelines. There's no other way to know ourselves as love except through the experience of our full range of emotion. So we've got to hold this energy of love, compassion, insight, knowing, and deeper levels of empowerment through our own experiences. So as we deepen into our power now, our power and strength has actually been experienced here through the energy of the earth, is waves of the Kundalini. This is what we're picking up here now through the energy of the Divine Mother. So the body itself might just be shifting in different places because that power and that perceived lack of power creates a perceived sense of lack of support too on the body, and you feel it on the shoulders and you feel it on the lower back. And as the Kundalini energy is gently rising, it's taking us deeper into that power. We're just holding that there as we're experiencing here the template of power and strength, the energetic transfer of clove bud and frankincense and rose geranium, peppermint and red thyme, lavender and spearmint. Just see where this perceived sense of powerlessness is, even abuse, misuse of power, what is being released from within our own bodies, within our own energy fields, including frozen miasms, false beliefs, judgments, all of that is coming up at this moment, simply to be released. You may find the body just starting to move. All of this is energetic. It's a very powerful healing that we're experiencing because we're tuning into that connection of divine love that we're experiencing collectively. So that's the power of our combined unity field of divine love. That is the healing that we are experiencing right now with one another. We continue this deep breathing, breathing in love, holding the breath, breathing out slow. I am powerful and strong, empowered, with clear boundaries and discernment, great levels of truth and understanding that I have experienced through traveling the karmic timeline and the crisis timelines. Bless all that I have experienced, to know myself as love, and I stand as an empowered warrior. I stand as the light of God upon this sacred earth. Invincible, my magnificence, in my light, as a flame of divinity, and master being of light. I release the collective field of light and etheric net through the healing of the Divine Mother, issues of abuse and misuse of power. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. So this last one that we're doing here is victimhood. This role of victim persecutor consciousness has also been quite important. But we see how it's all played out quite a lot in our everyday lives. We see how a small little voice comes up. We play it small. We feel either hopelessness, resentment or anger or pity. And this is again not only a lack of trust, but this is a lack of worthiness or a lack of belief in ourselves. And while these traumas are being released and we honor the lessons, it's also time to let it go. Time to forgive, release blame, forgive ourselves. If we choose, forgive others. Just knowing how absolutely precious we are. Just see what's coming up here for you, what is being released in this lack of, through the karmic timelines, or still being held very tightly through trauma or abuse, loss, pain. All of this is impacting the body on different levels, and it's ready to be released. Say the universe is pouring that field of divine love down through the Mother Earth, Mother Father God, and the Unity Grid, and all the elementals and kingdoms of light, and this group I am avatar consciousness of light. And what we're going to receive here is energetic frequencies of the template of forgiveness and love. Energetic frequencies of Cajaput, clary sage, ginger, mandarin, red grapefruit, and slang lamb. I love and forgive myself. I release you. You have nothing to fear from me today. I let go, I let go. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am love. I am love. I honor the aspects and sub-personality aspects of myself that have experienced this pain, this sadness, this anger, this lust. I invite these sub-personality aspects into my heart of love, to the healing of the Divine Mother, to be nurtured, to be seen, to be heard. This nurturing field of light is expanded upon through this consciousness field of light. The radiance and magnificence of my beloved I am presence, I am. Knowing how much I am loved, celebrated, and appreciated. All is love. Good. So as we're rebalancing and bringing in new levels of healing and well-being, and these templates are energetically activating and moving through us and through the cells, and we're experiencing this heart expansion and activation. The thymus in the heart right now, particularly, and also a little bit around the lower body. For me, around the lower back, that's my area of weakness. But of course, it will be different for every single one of us where that release is right now. But it really feels for me quite a bit around the hips and the back and the heart. So just see what your body wants to do at this time. So we move now into the allergies, and what we're going to do is this energetic allergy clearing. And of course, on one level, we're working energetically, emotionally, and that's really what we need to be continuing to do. And conscious awareness and observation, as everything comes up, we take it into our loving heart, we move into the breath, we take ourselves into the energy of the Divine Mother, the love of creation. It's within that field of love, within that field of light, we feel the radiance of all that is. Within that now, we look at some of the common allergies that we all experience. Of course, where we are right now, we're still seeing so many pesticides and chemicals and bad food choices, or lots of chemicals on foods that are being grown on the crops, and genetically modified products, and lots of imbalances. And we'll move a little bit more into that in the gut health in a minute, but let's just have ourselves this moment of once more asking for the Divine Mother healing activation, this energetic allergy clearing of allergic rhinitis, which is hay fever, asthma, chronic sinusitis, eczema, chronic hives, angioedema, insect stings and bites, contact dermatitis, drug allergies, from common triggers such as pollen, animal dander, food, mold, cockroaches, fragrances, insects, latex, pesticides, solvents, fragrances, cleaning products, combustion-related chemical sensitivities such as tobacco, gas, tar, drugs, aesthetics, antibiotics, implants, vaccinations. So now take ourselves into common food allergies. So this I'm just going to energetically transfer. and tree nut allergies. Seasonal allergies, pollen, grass pollen, wheat pollen. Continue just this deep breathing to the body and just allow the knowing that everything in the body is now being regrouped as we bring our focus back into the body. Visualizing and sensing now this consciousness field of light. All that is coming online right now for this divine mother healing activation, these emotions, these allergy healings, and now into the gut microbiome, the army of microbes, the bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microscopic living organisms that exist mainly within our intestine and skin. And most of these microbes are found in our intestine, in a pocket of our large intestine, called the cecum. And this is what we refer to as the gut microbiome. Through this divine mother healing activation, we ask for the rebalancing of the gut microbiome. The release of all that we do not need to experience energetically or physically, discomfort, dishealth, ill health. Through candida, like leaky gut syndrome, Eczema virus, all these immune system disorders, dysfunctions. So we deepen into digesting life, eating the foods that support it, bringing water, nutrients, minerals into the body, probiotics, prebiotics. Just allow this healing now, feeling and sensing movement within the intestine and abdomen area. Interesting. There are more bacterial cells inside the body than human cells. There are roughly 40 trillion bacterial cells in our body and only 30 trillion human cells. So this means there are actually more bacteria than human. We just have a sense of this energetic rebalancing between the viruses, microbes, bacteria, the viruses, the fungi, other microscopic living organisms within the body. So bring ourselves back now, gently into our sacred space. honoring this healing work, honoring through our belief and through this Divine Mother field radiance of love will heal any level of discomfort, dis-ease we have, to be able to assist others to do this too. Choosing to eat the nutrients, have the foods with the nutrients that support our bodies, minerals, everything that we need is available for us. As we simply tune in, experience the deepening of our magnificence and light. Grounded and centered, firmly in the body. Just come back now, fully present. We open our eyes, looking around us through our master eyes at all of life around us, knowing how much we are celebrated, appreciated, and deeply loved. Good. Good. All right. So this is the Divine Mother Healing Activation series of masterclasses that I'm going to be hosting over the next few months, and each one is going to be different, having what we call these energetic rose kits of different colors, and each rose kit then is working with different false beliefs, judgments, clearings, and physical clearings. And we will work on different levels. We'll come through, or just see what comes through there in terms of, working with the emotional levels, working with the physical body levels, working with inflammation if it's coming up to be cleared, working with whatever's coming up to be cleared through those judgments and blockages, and really just taking ourselves into the conscious awareness of how we can work with this energetically. And this is really essentially what the energy of the Divine Mother is all about, and we're all able to do this. So we're working on two levels here. One is you can just come and receive and come through into working with these rose kits, or you can also do it as a practitioner's training. So the receiving then, if we go through that, like the first one that we're going to be doing then on this Saturday is called the Red Rose Kit. So this is the Divine Mother Healing Activation Masterclass 1, and we're going to be receiving energetic healing activations for as we release issues of hopelessness and judgment of self and others, lack of empathy, isolation, being over demanding of others, or victim consciousness, needing approval, or soul unworthiness, feeling unloved, lack of trust, or keeping others at distance. And we'll have a look at how that's coming up for us and go just a little bit deeper into that. And then once we do that, we're also going to travel karmic timelines and ancestral timelines, and just what we'll see is these pockets of cellular clearing being experienced. And that's essentially what we're doing here, is that we're picking up on those pockets and we're just releasing, because we really know we truly are at this place where we're going, to the universe, not only bring this on, but actually take us to that place where we can experience the blueprint of the radiance of divine perfection and vitality and good health and abundance and wellness and joy and manifestation and our magnificence and our power. All of those templates are available for us. And so we're going to work through them in different ways, and we're going to work with that, and then we're moving into the physical body. Here we're working still quite a bit with the allergies, which we did the allergy clearing today. So usually I'd say that, you start to experience probably about 2 or 3 weeks. It might take, some of you may at this moment be experiencing kind of shifts within you, and with some of you it's quite rapid, and others it takes a little bit of time. You might see what's coming up for you to be cleared. Maybe there's still some issues of victimhood or loss or pain that needs to be embraced, or trauma that's been cleared, or you're moving deeper into the allergies, or you're having a look at your diet, you're seeing, oh, okay, I can make different diet choices that will support my body a little bit more. That's your inner soil, isn't it? It's like the same as the analogy to the earth, the soil and the earth, and you needing to put the nutrients and vitamins that support your inner soil within your body, and of course eating all this highly modified foods and chemicals that are sprayed on, pesticides that are sprayed on so much of our foods. Of course, it's really toxic to the body, and as we deepen into soul and body embodiment, our body becomes so energetically sensitive, and it really just doesn't want that anymore. And it's the same with water. We've just got to drink loads and loads and loads of water. And one of the best things that you can do for water is actually just the carbon activations that you can do through activated charcoal. And you can put that in your body, you can put that in your water, and of course it's the same as the soil. The soil needs that carbon. So everything is really quite a nice analogy between our inner body, what we're growing, what we are experiencing in our health and vitality and energy, and also what has been experienced around us too. And here we also work with then other breast, lung, and cancers, different cancers, thymus cancers. We're going into heart disorders, disease, thymus issues. We're going to go into asthma, apnea. Talk a little bit also about what's related to all of these areas of discomfort and disease. And the big thing with this work is also trusting. And then what we also do is this is just one kit. We call this the red rose kit. And so there's 7 different kits that will move through different levels and into different physical body parts or areas of discomfort and disease, and clear that energetically. So for example, if you were interested in doing the practitioner course, and that's twice a month that we would meet, once on the TV webinar and once in our Zoom meeting, we would just come together and we would then work with charts and graphs and do different things like pendulum and dowsing and kinesiology. So you could do this for others. You could take the pendulum and actually go through the kits, and you could see which ones that they actually need. And then you could, you wouldn't need to attune them. I'm attuning you, but you could actually just ask for the healing of the Divine Mother, healing all the activations, the healing activations of the Divine Mother. But because I feel that we're really quite a conscious lot of light workers, I wanted to take you into a deep experience of how you yourself can experience that healing energetically, not only being transmitted to you, but actually how you have that within yourself. And then what we're also working with then is energetic frequencies through the soul sense range that I was guided to create last year. And they are really just these beautiful templates that there's a series of different 12 of them. And we will work with this as well, from its joy and abundance and health and wellness, and what we worked with today, forgiveness and empowerment, and this prosperity consciousness, and the magnificence and worthiness, and love, and just all sorts of beautiful templatings. But it's also energetically transmitting these frequencies and vibrations, as well as we've been energetically transmitting here today crystal frequencies, and creating then what we call these consciousness spheres of light around you in your body, depending on what you're needing. So you should just be feeling this on different levels. Some of these changes, and I would suggest even now go and drink some water. Just water is so vital to our bodies. As we know, 90% of our body is water too. So this is just really with this type of energy work that we do. So I wanted to just put it out there if you're interested in on any level to join us, that we would be really, really delighted to have you. This is, you can make the upfront payment, which is $333 for the 7 months, and then you also get a set of 12 bonus MP3s on the angel templates. We've got this series of New Earth angelic templates too, and those are beautiful invocations to work with, and they're each between 30 and 50 minutes, as I've said. But you don't need that. You can just come to the monthly telewebinar, which is $33, or you can do the practitioner training, which is $55. And you can do one, or you can do all of them. It really is up to you. So yes, I think it's just something that I'm excited about. It's my passion. And then I'll be sharing on different levels too of health and wellness. And we can just really get together, and if you're interested, it's just another way to work energetically. And I feel that that energy work of working physically is really now where we are at, and it's just a lovely one to be working with. And then different sessions will do different things, whether it's energetic clearing, karmic timelines, frozen miasms, Akashic records, you know, all of that too will just come up. We just sort of see what we need to do, and just trust in this work. Trust that you've had this absolutely incredible healing through the collective consciousness of divine love, and that you're part of that. So I think that Suzanne has just been writing some stuff here. I want to also just mention Suzanne, who is our absolutely beautiful Facebook angel. If anyone is ever stuck, that you can catch up with her. You'll find her on all our tele-webinar pages and Facebook events too. And she's also talking today about the gut, the microbiome, so, and the inner soil, taking care of our, you know, it's a really important one, isn't it? And I feel that we've all had that. I know for myself that, you know, as I was saying, during the times of great stress when I was separated from my children, it was very heartbreaking that, you know, that's the time that I just stuffed my face and ate all things that weren't good for my body, and particularly, you know, kind of lots of sweet things, and my body just couldn't digest that. And then I got candida, and then I later got the Epstein-Barr virus. And it was a very, very difficult time, you know, and so even when I got the boys back, I was absolutely delighted and so very grateful. But my health wasn't good, and it took a really long time to find that level of wellness again. And part of it was actually just choosing to be here. I know for a lot of light workers, what we do is that sometimes these experiences and challenges take us into a place of being overwhelmed, or into a place of hopelessness, into a place of actually just, it's just too hard, too tough, I don't want to do this anymore. And of course, then some leave the planet, and others just say, okay, I can do it. I have that courage, I have that strength, and I feel we all do. And that's what we're finding now in community and unity. We're just finding that strength, we're finding that love, we're finding that togetherness. And that's accelerating then, because we're giving that conscious permission to create that change within ourselves, and that change for the sacred earth. It's really accelerating, and that's why when we experience so many of these cosmic ray frequencies and photonic rays and plasma frequencies and solar flares, it's just really can take us, you know, kind of escalate so much of this energy that we are experiencing, and knowing ourselves as love in that alignment of God consciousness, just deep, deep levels of clearing. So just honor that. If you may still be having those moments or those days where you just really alone energy, and other times when you know, just feeling greater levels of alignment, because it's happening so rapidly right now as we're all transforming, as we're all experiencing the new earth templates. So just a small introduction to the work that we're going to be doing together, if any of you may be interested. So it's been wonderful to connect with you, and lots of love and blessings, and from my heart and to yours, it's a cosmic heart of all creation, blessings in love. Namaste.